Well, from being petrified of horses to carving out a wonderful career in harness racing and everything in between, catching up with Dean Cernovskis to get his story. Well, Dean, great to catch up with you. As I mentioned, from being petrified of horses to a wonderful career, how did it all begin?
Yeah, just like I said, I was a bit scared early on, but I was always fascinated by the horses and loved them. When I was 12, I just started going down to a local track in Mossvale, Lucky Park, and people I knew, Merv Thurston and Damien Baxter were there at the time, and they took me under their wings and taught me a bit, and the bug grew from there.
There's certainly two very astute people, in particular Merv Thurston. You can learn a lot from him.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, very good. Always had some good horses around him, and yeah, he taught me a lot, and he was sort of like a second grandfather to me, and yeah, he was great.
And Dean, there was no family background as far as horses were concerned, so how did you get that interest?
Don't know, when I was born, just mad on them and just loved them. Couldn't go past the paddock without looking at them and stuff like that, and yeah, just grew from there.
What was the most important thing you did learn from Merv and from Damien?
Like I've sort of took bits and pieces from a lot of people over the years, but just sort of got to do the right thing by the horse, have it fit and healthy, and they only go as good as they look.
Firmly established now in the harness racing ranks. How many horses do you have in your stable?
We've got about 10 at the minute. Yeah, it's sort of about as big as we get, but a few babies coming through, a few of the old fellas just coming back, and hopefully we can hold our own.
A wonderful filly became involved in your life as far as harness racing was concerned, Dean, Daniela Hachikova.
Yeah, we had a syndicate back in the day, and we had a bit of success, that we got a bit of money, so we bought Daniela from New Zealand. Had a great run with her. She was probably the first horse to get me introduced to Benangle racing. Learned a lot from her, and since then myself and my wife and in-laws bought her as a broodmare, and yeah, she's been doing a great job. She's had a couple of good horses already, and hopefully she can keep going.
And a horse that you've had a lot of success with, and certainly very well named Game Set Major, because Daniela was an outstanding tennis player.
Yeah, we try to get the tennis motto through all the foals. Yeah, he's very talented, very raw, big 17-hand horse, and yeah, he goes pretty good. Just got through his grades pretty quick, which is the hard thing these days. But yeah, he's just coming back now. Hopefully he can keep going.
And you've never been short of having one or two very nice horses in the barn, and that's enabled you to contest a lot of the country cups, which you certainly enjoy.
Yeah, it's great. I've been blessed the last probably 10 years. I've always had at least one or two horses that are competitive here or go to the Carnival Cup races and whatnot. And yeah, it makes you a better trainer racing the good fellas. You've got to sharpen your tools up and keep pretty sharp to race them fellas. And yeah, it's probably made me better at what I do.
Now, Dean, one thing we've noticed about your career, and also with your wife Ricky, come winter, as far as you're concerned, down just past Goulburn at Gunning, you seem to pack up the bags and head north every time. That's been the case for the last 7 years.
Yeah. I grew up in the cold and handled it all right, but since I've been going to Queensland, it's ruined me. I just can't handle it no more. So we've got a real good bunch of guys. We go up there with Chris Frisbee, Scott Hewitt and Bernie Hewitt and John Bizarro, and it's sort of like a working holiday. We get out there and have a great time. We race the horses. We're lucky to have a bit of success, and yeah, just enjoy the climate up there.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to mention. You enjoy a lot more than just a bit of success. You have a very good strike rate.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky. Like I say, I've been lucky to have some pretty handy horses the last few years. So you got to take good horses because it's pretty competitive racing up there. So we try to have them ready for that sort of trip, and yeah, we get up and get into them.
Another foal from Daniela Hachikova, which turns the things around a bit, was Drop the Hammer, an outstanding trotter for Darren Hancock.
Yeah, he was the first foal, Better's Delight, and we were very excited. We sold him through the sales, and he bought 100,000, and that was like winning the Group 1 for us. My wife, she does all that side of it, and she does a great job. And yeah, he raced, was pretty good as a pacer, and then Darren decided to try him as a trotter, as everyone knows, and I think he's nearly pushing the 300,000 mark now, so it's great.
One horse has been a very consistent performer for your stable, Stormy Raider, who does race well here at Club Menangle.
Yeah, he loves the track. He's a very, very fast horse. Takes a bit of winding up, but once he hits his hobbles, yeah, he's probably the quickest horse I've ever driven. He's just coming back now, and if he sort of stays sound and that, we should have a bit more fun.
Of course, Ricky, your wife, her parents, John and Leslie O'Sullivan, wonderful contributors to harness racing.
Yeah, great. Yeah, been great to me. Took me under their wing early on when I started going with Ricky, and they've been great to us on and off the track. John was a very good horseman in his own right, and still they own the majority of the horses with us and do the breeding side of things, and he's still the president at Canberra, so yeah, he's a great man, and Leslie, she's worked just as hard as he has, so it's been great.
Of course, your wife Ricky also a wonderful performer in the sulky as well.
Yeah, she's really good. Yeah, she's had to take a back seat the last few years with the kids coming along, but she's got 2 or 3 of her own at home now, and she's getting keen, and when she's sort of got her eye, and she can sort of match it with the best of them.
She certainly can. Well, Dean, it's been great to catch up with you, and good luck with the horses. Now that might be seeing you on a more regular basis here at Club Menangle.
Yeah, he's open. Thank you.